It's that time, isn't it? It is October 17th. I can't believe it. We're 2 weeks away from chili cook-off time. Right, Paul?
What's that?
2 weeks away from chili cook-off time.
Sure.
All right. We can't start yet. I have to take my jog. Why are you out there, Richard, and not in here?
That's what I said. Richard.
Thanks for the support. All right, on-time drawing. What do we have? The usual shit. I mean, folders. No gold, only black and white today. Shirt. Ooh. Mouse pad. And other stuff. All right. Where's my phone go? I'm so organized, aren't I?
No, you're perfect.
How do you still have mouse pads?
Do you use a mouse on your computer?
Who uses a mouse pad anymore?
I do. They're all out here.
I do too. Yeah, everybody does.
See?
Hey, I use your wireless keypad.
See, good man.
Oh, and a lot
That
of.
was
Yeah, I
It
do.
is a desktop.
All right, what number you guys want?
5, 7.
4.
5, 7, 4, 3. It is number 2. Who's number 2?
Me.
Daisy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Paul wants your mouse pad.
Yeah, hide your mouse pad from Paul.
Paul, you're more than welcome to have it. It's all yours.
But he can't be trusted. All right.
And who wants a large, I won't wear this.
I'll take it.
Okay, take it.
Seriously?
It's a men's medium collar shirt. It's lime
That
green.
will fit you.
All right.
They'll fit me.
Take pictures throughout, check in on Facebook, tag me, tag those around you. One of our breakfast sponsors, Sonia with D.R. Horton, come on up.
Yay! Hi, everybody.
Did anybody not sign in? We have another drawing, it's not on time, so if anyone needs to sign in, let me know.
Okay. Good morning. I'm with D.R. Horton, and I'm one of your online sales associates, so I handle all the communities. We have 23 different subdivisions, and the price ranges from the mid 300,000, which are our townhomes, which would be the Trail Series. Then the Bay Series would be 400s to high 400s. And then we have the Falls, and then we have the Summit and the Manor homes, which are some multi-gens as well. So I have all the information outside for you. And we have great interest rate right now on most of our townhomes. We have 4.99% FHA, VA, and 5.50 conventional. And some of the townhomes are giving $7,500 towards closing costs. And some of the single family homes are giving $5,000 towards closing costs. And the most important thing, of course, is our co-op with our agents with 3%. We're still honoring that. So yeah, that's great. So we have 23 different subdivisions right now. We have all throughout the Las Vegas Valley, from Cadence, the Summit, and then we're going to be opening up more townhomes very, very soon there as well, because we sold out of those. And we all the way up to North Las Vegas. We're in the Southwest, we're in the Northwest, and we're in the North as well. So we're all over. I really won't take up much of your time. I have brochures and our community map out front, and it has all our subdivisions in the back and the locations and where they are. And that's about it. I'm gonna put my business card there. Hope you enjoy your breakfast.
So if they want to contact you,
My
your
business card, yeah, I'm gonna put it out front, and I'm the one to contact for all the communities. I have all the information for all the communities. And we're gonna be opening up a new phase of Heartland Falls and Heartland at Tule Springs. That's our master plan community. And we have everything from townhomes there to 4,400 square foot multi-gens. So it runs the gamut of everything.
So, Do we
Sure.
not work with the sales agent if we wanna work with you?
Oh, no, it doesn't work that way. You come through me just to get information, and I hope I have their calendar.
Gotcha.
So I'll set the appointment for you to go there. But you can always, once you establish your relationship, you can go to the sales agent. There's no, I'm not trying to monopolize anything, but you can get all the information through me. They just specialize in their particular community. They don't have all the information for everything. I have the information for everything, but if you need detailed information, like what's available right away, and, they have, some of the communities have interest lists, then you have to speak to the on-site agent, of course. So that's how it usually works. But I'm like your one-stop shop, and then you go out, and after you find which community you like, then you talk to the agent. That's how it usually works. Anybody has any questions? Cause that's about it for me.
When did you say Julie Springs was gonna start?
We're opening up a new phase of Heartland Falls, which is, they're two-story homes. They're about our 2,000 square foot, 2443 to 2988. And, we're gonna be changing the floor plans a little bit. The new phase is gonna open up November 2nd, excuse me. So we're gonna be opening up a new phase.
Your buildable lots, do you have any buildable lots, let's say in February?
Buildable lots, like build on your lot, or just, cause we do mostly spec homes.
Spec homes?
Yeah, we're going to be introducing something like that coming up very soon. There is a new plan to have like, build on your lot or more custom. We are exploring that, and that will be released very soon to the public.
Okay, your townhomes in Cadence, do they have backyard?
No, they don't, and those are all sold out currently, but we're gonna be releasing some in the future. Next year, those are coming back. So, yeah, but they don't. Most of our townhomes, except for Juno Point, it's pretty much a zero lot line. You have your garage, and you come through your garage, and maybe some of them have a little courtyard in the front, but they really don't. It's so like city living, pretty much. It's city living. You don't have a backyard, Juno Point does have a backyard, and that's up in like Valley Vista area, and they're very popular.
So the townhomes are the ones already spec'd out, and they don't have variations of trim, correct?
Correct, they don't. It basically is what you see, and what's good about those are they're move-in ready, and even some of the the Bay series, some of the homes come fully, almost move-in ready with blinds, all appliances are included, flooring, and what's nice is you get flooring all throughout the first floor. I work for another builder, I won't call any names, and I was in design there, and this is a high-end builder, and they only give you like the flooring in the wet areas, and and then you have to pay for upgrades. So that's what's good about D.R. Horton. A lot of things are included. And in the Summit series and the Manor series, you can upgrade if you want to. But in the other ones, everything's included already.
Okay, awesome.
One more question.
Sure.
On the spec homes, let's say my client buys in February, the rates are subject to change, obviously, right?
Yeah, they're gonna change a little bit. This 4.99 has been holding pretty consistent for a while. So I know we just introduced a new rate plan, so this one may be, this one's up until 11/27. But we're changing it all the time, but we're lower than current, definitely always lower than the current interest rate.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I can get everyone's card, I wanna give out a gift card, or however you wanna do the roll.
We'll do it. Anybody not registered or signed in? All right. We'll do it.
Yay!
What are we giving away?
Just an Einstein, $25 Einstein gift card. And I'll get it out of my purse. And let's see who the lucky winner is. Einstein, there you go.
Oh, nice,
All right, what number you want?
Four.
Better not be two again.
I was gonna say two. That'd be your day.
It looks like it was, I think it was 11.
Number 11.
It went right around me.
That's Paul.
Paul, I can trade you this back.
How you want
Play, let's make a deal.
Everything's negotiable.
Okay.
Yeah, you gave the shirt, right?
And then where can I get all
Should've
these
held
cards
on.
at the front desk?
Could have traded.
You know what? Let's, yeah, everybody put your business card in there.
I don't have a business card.
All right, while you're doing that, we're gonna get back to John. Upcoming rev-ups. Just sit down, remember we talked about this.
15 minutes ago.
So tomorrow is your database is your business for creating your online presence. That is on Zoom from 9 to 11. Again, that is tomorrow. There are no rev-ups next week because we have Nevada Day next week. So the office will be closed, which means I won't be here. None of the other staff will be here, but you guys still better be working.
Thanks, sir.
But I'll be available.
31st.
What's that?
I said, why not the 31st?
Because they always like to have it on a Friday or Monday. It's absurd. You know how that
That's
goes.
nice.
And plus, we have our chili cook-off on the 31st. So, okay, food truck. Food truck out there in the parking lot. And today from 11 to 1:30 is Buster's Dog House. So, if you want hot dogs out there in the parking lot. Calendar, this is Rock Titles calendar. Keep in mind, I'm not gonna go over everything that's here. We do keep these out on the oil cans out there. So if you have any questions on any sort of training, check the oil cans. Be Golden Be You, there's little things around the office. You can scan it with a QR code. If there's something that you want to highlight, something that the company is doing, something that you're doing, Be Golden Be You. All right, next Thursday, a week from today, Damon is going to be doing our business meeting. It's niches, specialties, and creating your strategies. That's pretty vague, isn't it? What is he talking about? I don't know. He's talking about building your business, getting, it's because what is your job as realtors?
Be a secret agent.
Always be connected.
It's what?
Be secret agent.
Be the secret agent, so nobody knows you're an agent. What did you say, Julia?
Always be connected.
Always be connecting. I like that. What else?
Sell homes.
To sell homes.
Sell all ourselves.
To sell yourself. Yeah. Those are all good. In my opinion, your job as a realtor is to find people that want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. That's your job. If you don't have any appointments with somebody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, you should be doing whatever lead generation you prefer to do, and there's 30 or 40 different ways to generate leads in this business. But if you don't have an appointment, you should be doing your lead generation to get appointments. Your job is to find people that want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And that's what Damon will be talking about, is different lead strategies. So that's going to be next Thursday. Damon is always, does a good meeting. So has a lot of great information. So be here next Thursday, 9:30. All right. The Thursday after that, so 2 weeks from today, is our annual Halloween party chili cook-off. So if you have a good chili recipe, who's signed up already? Has anybody signed up already?
I thought Angel raised his hand.
No, not me.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I would've
Can
been
you
impressed.
imagine Angel cooking? Angel knows how to go to restaurants.
Takeout.
That's all.
Yeah, takeout.
So you're gonna bring chili?
Yeah, it looks like I'm automatically winning.
If you're the only one.
Wendy's chili. Wait, are you making it?
No,
Are you
he's
making?
not entering.
Of course I'm doing
No, there's always a whole bunch of people that
Paul
just show up at the
Paul
end.
is super competitive when it comes to cooking. And he's a good cook too, he really is. So, that's 2 weeks from today, our annual Halloween party, and you gotta dress up.
What's the theme?
We don't have a theme.
Oh, we don't have a theme?
The
theme is Halloween.
The theme is Halloween, I like that, yeah.
And we're all going as real estate agents.
No, we're not. We do that got the other 364 days a year. So, dress up. All right, that again, that's 11 to 2 on actually the 31st, so it'll be on Halloween. If you want to participate, RSVP to swadmin@realtyoneGroup.com.
Or the other flyer out here has a QR code on it and you could just scan it and enter your name. Cool.
All right, more trainings, again, we keep these, so today there's one. No, I guess that's tomorrow, the 18th is tomorrow. That's on Zoom. So we keep these out there on the, so anytime you wanna know what sort of training is going on, check the oil cans. All right. I think you guys' odds are pretty good on this. If you refer somebody to me, or any of the other managers, and that person is hired on as an agent, you get put in a drawing for $1,111. Like I say, I think your odds right now are pretty good.
Do they have to be licensed already?
Do they have to be licensed already? Yes.
When is the
Yeah.
time?
It goes through the end of this month, so you got 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And you said the odds are really good?
I haven't received any yet. I don't know if the other managers have. So, yeah, so just that makes your odds good. All right, Anthony's not here. Let's talk about some stats. Anthony's not here, but always remember Rock Title. I just closed a transaction, and Rock Title did the escrow on it and did an amazing job. So yeah, so make sure that when you write in Rock Title on your purchase agreements. All right, let's talk some stats. Active listings, 7,682. Of those, 5,653 are single family. Let's compare that to a week ago. So right now 76. A week ago was 76. So the listings pretty much haven't changed, very slightly. But the month's inventory, it has crept up again. To 3.4, last week it was 3.2, even though we have more under contract, but we have less sold. Again, we're still a seller's market right now. We're still not as bad as we were when that number was 0.7 or 1.0 or 1.5, but we are still absolutely in a seller's market. We're still dealing with some multiple offers, not as much as we were before. Who's been writing offers lately? Yes. Going against any multiples? No? Yes? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we're still going against some multiple offers, not as much as it was before. But let me ask you a little off subject. What are you guys putting in for the commissions on those offers? Three. Getting them accepted at 3?
Usually countered at 2.5.
Yeah,
I'd say
starting
80%.
before.
I'm gonna put more so they can drop it to 3.
Yeah. So
Wait, the sellers are still paying commission?
Yes.
Imagine
No.
that.
They have to.
And you know what? They're paying more now than they were
Well, that's
before,
what
aren't they?
they do.
I was talking to Nathan last week, and we were talking about this subject, and he was saying, my agents are making more money now than they were before, because, you know, we had so many of the 1% and the 1.5% in the MLS. Now we're just writing in 3 and getting 2.5. So
It's always that last minute concession. It's like, oh, well, this got screwed up. Can you throw another couple thousand
Yeah.
in for me?
Yeah.
But now it's set at the beginning, so you
Yeah.
can stick to that.
it's part of the contract now. So yeah, super happy to see that. And something that you know, I don't like saying I told you so. Yeah, I do. Who am I fooling? I said it. I said this is a perfect opportunity for us to make more money than we did before. Who's taking listings? What sort of percentages are you taking them at?
3, 2.5.
3, 2.5?
3%.
It's easy to get a 3% commission now, isn't it? It's easy to sell that, where selling a 6% commission was a little more difficult, months ago. So yeah, great opportunity to make more money now than we did before, so, yeah. All right. Let's talk about business planning and goal setting. Who here does a business plan every year? A few of you, good. Those of you that don't, why the hell not? Let me ask this other question. Those of you that don't do business plans, are you on track? Sure. How the hell would you know?
Bills are paid.
Those of you that do business plans, how you doing? Are you on track?
Yeah.
Two answers and both yes. Are you like way ahead of? Yeah, good.
No, right on point.
Right on point.
I'm like, I'm
That's
hoping
good.
to be way ahead.
That's good. So, that's what we're talking about. Business planning and goal setting. Super important to do business planning. Obstacles are those frightful things. I have got a bunch of little quotes in here today. So obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off the goals. Don't take your eyes off the goals. I'm sure you didn't take your eyes off the goals all year, did you?
Try not to.
Yeah, and that's why he's doing so well. All right, so I'm gonna ask you a series of questions, all right? And I may ask for some input, I may not. Just, if you wanna write some stuff down, you can write some stuff down. If you just wanna, think about it, it's just, things for you to think about. So, do you have an income goal for the next 12 months? Do you have an income goal? Most people do, in their head, say, I think in 2025 I want to make X amount of dollars. So do you have an income goal? All right, with that being said, I'm pausing this right now because
You gotta give us some money.
Some of you might want to be paid.
any checks for you
We got
guys?
bonuses or something?
There might be.
All right, with that being said, I'm going to take a few minutes, but I have a special guest here. John Morgan. Yeah, this is
the time?
This is what we talked about. If you don't know, this is John. He's with Epic Lending,
Yes.
and he's got some exciting things to announce.
Yeah, so, rates are fluctuating. We saw that massive drop in rates in September, right? No, we didn't. So, they're gonna be
Why
trending.
not?
Because that was the media's version of the freaking rates. Alright, so we're gonna be trending down. We have been trending down for several months. The day-to-day, be glad you're not in my business and staring at these things going up minute to minute and doing all this stuff. It would just stress you out, your anxiety would be a whole nother level. But just know that the macro shows a trend downwards. Day-to-day, don't get too involved in that. That's for us to decide when we should lock and all of that. Take advantage of the day-to-day there. So, but, one of the programs we've had for a little while, it's called List and Lock. This is for your listing clients, sellers. You're probably wondering, why is a lender talking about your seller clients, your listing clients? Well, at the end of the day, this is a relationship business. And if you know me or worked with me for a while, I've probably never asked you for a loan to help build business and stuff, because my idea is you have lenders. They've earned that business, right? Who am I to say, stop giving that business to that guy? It's my job to help you do more business so that I can create an opportunity to do some loans. So that's how it should be done. But this list and lock was set up when the rates were going up. So it gave your seller an opportunity to lock in a discounted rate for your future buyer. Alright, so originally it was your seller pays $9.99, all of a sudden the average rates are, let's say they're 7.5, and they're going up. Well, your seller locks in a 6.5 for the buyer, if they use Epic Lending. So now you get to market a 6.5 rate. Who's doing very well at marketing low rates?
The builder.
She just left, right?
Yeah.
Amazing, and you guys can't do it, right? There's so many compliance issues. You got a flyer, it says this, but rates change day to day. So I thought it was good, but it really didn't excite me that much. Then they did list, lock, and save. So now not only can they lock in a rate for the future buyer, but when that seller goes to buy a house, Epic's gonna credit them $5,000 towards closing costs. Okay? And by the way, that $9.99 they do to do the list and lock, they get back if the buyer uses Epic Lending and takes advantage of the program. Okay? So that wasn't good enough either. Now they did an enhancement which now makes sense, and I can really get behind. Now they said, list now, lock later, because the rates are going down. Why would you want to lock right now? Okay? It's $49. This $49 gives you the ability to create a marketing flyer. All right, so you're sitting at the table, this is a tool for your tool belt. Sitting at the table with the client on listing, it's like, hey, what are you willing, we're gonna get a bunch of offers, we're competing with this, especially if you got homes near build developments, you're competing with the builders. Arizona is happening a lot. We got listings within proximity to new build subdivisions that are offering in the 4s, and they're going in and buying and buying instead of buying these resale homes at 6, right? So now you can say, well, let's say we throw 3%, okay? Let's say 3% concessions. All right, well 3% concessions can allow us to market a 5% rate. That's not set in stone because you're only doing $49 and we're floating. What it does, it gives you ability to put out that marketing. Your seller gets to attract more clients. We legitimately are having homes sit on the market around these developments 60, 90 plus because they can't compete with what these builders aren't building a better house, but they have a better rate. And right now, everybody is looking at the rate. We can do a lot better things with that 3% than buy down the rate. Just get them in the door. And with that $49, you're allowed to market it, get them through the door, get them to me, and then we can restructure. It's like instead of buying the rate down permanently, let's do a temp buy down and put some towards closing costs. But let's get creative to use this money the best way. But
Where does that 3% come from?
sellers, if the seller wants to get 3% or 2% or 1%, however much the seller was willing to put towards this buy down, because Epic is already dropping it by 1%, okay? Now the seller comes in and adds 1 or 2% on top, now the rate goes even further. But when they get them through the door, 99% of the marketing we do is to get the client to pick up the phone and call, period. How many times do you get someone that calls and they do exactly what the marketing said that they want to do? Doesn't happen like that. That's why people are on social media blasting all these crazy things just to get their phone to ring. Get your phone to ring. We have creative stuff. Leverage me, call me. It doesn't even matter if it's a loan question, it could be a marketing question. You could say, hey, this lender or this person said something about this, call me. I'll break it down for you. D.R. Horton, that's a good rate. I can't compete with that, but I can compete with them for everything around the subdivision. I can kill them. They're not giving free refis either.
Sorry to interrupt you. On this, just curious, so 3%, 2% are they're getting willing to give. So if you did like a listing lock-in or whatever, you kind of negotiate your percentages and what they're willing to give to the other agent if they're going to buy it, right?
Yeah.
the 1%, 2%, is it coming from there, or is it coming additionally within the contract?
So if they agree to give you 2.5% for your compensation, and they agree to give 3% towards the seller concession, that's total of 5.5%. See what I'm saying?
No,
Okay.
can you like dumb it down for me, please?
So if you're asking them in your contract
Right.
to pay your 2.5% compensation,
Okay,
okay, and the seller already agreed to give 3%
to
towards,
whoever,
you know, buyer concessions, right?
okay,
So that's separate from that, so they're really doing 5.5%
Correct.
towards it. So,
correct. So, I guess my question to you is, okay, so she comes in with a buyer, okay, I already have everything done, I just wanna make sure I'm getting
Yeah.
this. Okay, I'm like, okay, and she asked me the question, hey, what are you paying for commissions, whatever, right? And I said, actually, we're giving 3%.
Okay.
Does that include this?
No.
No, it's
Okay, it's additional, correct?
Concession.
Think compensation concession.
Okay,
Yeah,
different.
total
Okay,
different
thank
answer.
you. I just wanted to make
Going
sure.
forward, make that divide in your mind,
Still have-
compensation concession.
Okay.
Okay,
That's just another way for them to advertise a lower rate if they wanted to give concessions to
Exactly.
the actual buyer.
It's just like,
Separate
they
from
don't
the
have to
compensation.
negotiate it, because you already
Okay,
negotiated
thank you.
it for them.
and you know what, they're not gonna come in and take that rate because they're gonna talk to me and I'm gonna give them a better deal for that 3% that you're using.
You can use some of it to buy down points, some of it
Yes,
towards
exactly.
closing
It's
costs.
stupid to put 3% towards the permanent buy down, but you can market that low rate, get them through the door, and it's compliant.
But then the agent still has to negotiate their own commission buy rate, which is separately.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to tell her.
Exactly. And they don't have to go 3%. They could say, okay, let's see what 1% gets them. And then you can market at that rate.
Oh, you mean that?
Yeah, you guys can decide. So, contact me for more information. Let's get back to business planning with Mark. And yes, if you do have a business plan, that is the very micro step. The amount of times you look at the business plan and evolve the business plan, like your business plan you made last year, should come into play for this year, and it should already be adjusted, and it should have evolved. It's a living document. The more you look at it, the better your business is.
I
Great,
make
great,
them and
great
never
point.
look at them again.
What's that?
I said, I make them and don't follow through.
Thank
You
you.
hear what Julia said? She makes a business plan,
Every year.
never looks at it again.
At least you
and
made
that is-
one.
That is
Don't
so,
That's-
so
That's what I
common.
do. I make
You know,
one every
it's,
year.
you know,
We do it
you
here.
make it and then it goes into a file cabinet or into a drawer, never to be seen again. Tape it up on your bathroom mirror.
I got 2 business
Well,
plans
the
coming
income
up.
goal is here always.
Okay.
That's the only part I remember.
But when you see things,
Yeah.
it happens a lot easier.
I got 2 business planning clinics coming up. One at Green Valley on the 5th. It's a Tuesday after their meeting. And then one at Summerlin on the 6th. That's a Wednesday. Both
Well,
at
you know, the
11.
one is Southwest.
11 to 1, lunch and learn, so check out Facebook for those.
Cool. Thanks, John.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, so, it's one thing to create a business plan, but you've got to be looking at it all the time. What we do,
That's
and I'm
right.
sure this is the case here, is we create this business plan, and it's beautiful.
Yep.
And you get through the first, month or 2 or 3 of the year, and you've fallen behind, and you're like, I don't wanna see that thing again. And it's okay to adjust that business plan.
Put on your mirror.
What's that?
Put on your
Put
mirror.
it on there, that's what I just said, put it on your mirror, put it somewhere where you see it on a regular basis. All right, so do you have income goal, who has income goal for the next 12 months? All right, everybody should have an income goal. Do you have other personal goals to achieve in the next 12 months? What do you got?
Consistent. I'm starting with it showing up. Being
I like it.
consistent.
That's
So
a
that's
good goal.
a part,
Yeah.
a big part for me. A big thing for me, just showing up.
Mhm. Who has any other personal goals that they want to share? Paul?
So I don't have a personal goal for the next 12 months, but I've put myself on a goal to pay off my mortgage in the next 3 years.
I like it. It's awesome. What do you got?
Drag myself to the gym 3 days a week minimum.
Drag kids.
That's right,
yourself
man.
to-
That's my personal
too.
goal.
And you take your son too,
I
don't you?
take my
Still?
son too, yep.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's
It's great for you, great for him.
Yep.
Habits, yeah. What else? Who has some goals? What do you got?
LBC. So we go 250? ABC, always be closer.
Yeah.
That's the
Go
goal.
afternoon, probably you can-
Let's talk about that, well, later on, we'll talk a little more about goals itself, but, yeah, so, my personal goal is, all right. So I think most of you know that I was going to run a marathon this year. It's not happening. I got a stress fracture on my foot, so I'm supposed to do a marathon in November, it's not gonna happen. But, I ran a few half marathons, so 2025, I'm going to dedicate that to the half marathon. I've already signed up for 2 half marathons, one in February and one in April. I'll probably do at least a half a dozen marathons with a goal, here's my personal goal, is to, at least one of them to be able to run under 2 hours for the half marathon. So that's one of my personal goals. Here's the key. Do you have your goals written down? Do you have your goals? You have to have your goals written down. There was and I wish I would have pulled up the survey. There was a Harvard survey years ago about people that have goals. Some of them had goals, some of them had goals that were written down, and they followed them for a lot of years. And those that had the goals that they wrote down on a regular basis were far, far, far ahead financially and in every aspect than those that didn't have their goals written down. Because we all say, we have goals, I have goals, you know, but you don't write them down. It's not really having goals if you don't write them down. You have to have something in writing that you can look at on a regular basis. That you can see and review on a daily basis. You have your goals that you can see and review daily. Have you shared your goals with someone significant in your life? It helps. Yeah, you can share them with the asshole.
Yeah. That's what we make 'em.
Everyone's like, what?
Yeah, that's my husband. My husband, Jeff, the asshole.
Also known as your husband. But yeah, share your goals, like I just shared with you guys. You guys are all significant to me. So share your goals with somebody significant. They will help you keep on track. And you ask them to help you. You ask them for support. You ask them for some accountability. And they will, hopefully. Do you have pictures of your goals? Pictures of your goals. So,
Vision board?
what's that? A vision board. Vision boards are awesome. So for a lot of years, one of my goals was to have a Porsche 911. And I actually had a little model of a black Porsche 911 convertible. And for a lot of years, and it sat on my dresser at home. And in 2020, I actually bought that car. And I had the 911 for a few years before I sold it. Now I have a different Porsche. So anyways, pictures of your goals or models of your goals or something like that will help you get closer to achieving your goals. Okay, regarding your income goals for the next 12 months, specifically talking about your income goals. Do you know how many closings it's going to take to make that income?
Depends.
What's that?
I guess it depends on what you're selling. Luxury, regular, townhome, condo.
Absolutely it does. Part of your goal process. You gotta know what your average price is, what your average commission check is. Because if your goal is $100,000 and your average commission check is let's just say, because it's simple. Let's just say it's $10,000. You know that you need to do 10 transactions in order to make your income goal. Do you know how many open escrows you need?
You always wanna
Let's
stack
space
it.
it, what's that?
I said I would wanna stack it, that way it has, buffers.
Right, because we know not everything that we open
Closing.
is a closing.
That part.
You know, it may take 12, 13, 15 open escrows to close the 10. So it's all about knowing your numbers.
Hedge.
What's that?
I was looking for hedging, like the hedge. You know what I mean? That's proper.
You're hedging your bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Of the open escrows, you know how many should be listing sold versus how many should be buyer controlled sales. You know your percentages, Paul? How many are listings, how many are sales?
Probably about 60% buyers, 40% sellers.
All right, Jake,
It's about my number as well,
60% buyers?
realistically, yeah.
Okay,
Don't you have a worksheet that they used to give us, so you can figure that out?
we got something.
Okay.
Who else?
70% on listing.
You're 70% listings? That's good, yeah. So, in my opinion, I think a 60-40 or even 70-30, higher on the listing side is better. But really, it really all depends on what kind of market we're in. Whether we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market, what's moving quicker. But yeah, I've encountered so many agents over the years that with their nose up in the air, they say, I'm just a listing agent. You know, when you have listings, you get buyer leads. What are you doing with those buyer leads? So yeah, 50-50, 60-40. I always like to be heavier on the listing side than the buyer side. So that might be something that you guys can goal for. You know, maybe switch it to 60% listings as opposed to buyers. So if you want, you know, it's your plan.
It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
Perfect world, yeah.
It's not. This business is not that easy. Do you know how many listings you're going to need to take? Not all the listings you take will end up closing. So you're gonna have some fallout ratio. Have you calculated the number of listing appointments you need to attend in order to take the number of listings? We don't necessarily take every single listing of every listing appointment that we go on, do we? I knew, way back, I knew my numbers. I knew, and it all depended on the type of lead. If it was a referred client, a referred listing client, I took 90% of those listings. But I also did a lot of marketing to expireds and FSBOs. And when I went on those listing appointments, my close ratio was probably closer to 50%. So it kind of all depends on what sort of leads you are working. Have you calculated the number of appointments with buyers you need in order to open the number? So just like listing appointments, now we're doing buyer appointments, aren't we? We're doing buyer presentations. And not every buyer presentation that we have, not all of them, we really want to work with those buyers. You know, some of the buyers don't want to work with us, you know, and that's okay. So you're going to have X amount of buyer presentations will equal X amount of actual buyer brokerage agreements or signed up buyers. Do you know your fall through ratio? Again, not everyone that we take goes through. Do you know your listing presentations to listings taken ratio? Do you know the number of showings with buyers needed to make a sale? Buyers. Do you have an average?
Showings?
Yeah.
I'd say 5.
5?
5's a good average, yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's in today's market.
Probably not 5.
A couple months ago, it was
Yeah.
when the inventory is lower. It's obviously a lot more.
Kind of varies. Yeah, I mean, a couple of months ago, there were a lot of homes I was showing. Now, yeah, I'm probably under 5.
Yeah, that's good. Dave?
It all depends on how you, specifically ask your buyer what they're looking for.
Yeah, it has
For
a
me,
lot to
it's
do
less
with
than
your
5.
presentation.
Yeah, less than 5.
And really digging deep on what they're looking for. Yeah, so that's a great point. So another reason to have a great buyer presentation. So you're not wasting a lot of time driving all over. My record, 45.
Yeah, right. Over how long?
So this was when I was in Utah, and I sold their home in Highland, Utah. It was my very first deal in Utah. And then they said, and they knew I was brand new to Utah. And I said, well, now that I got your home under contract, I want to, help you find the home to purchase. And they're like, well, you don't even know the area too well. I said, well, I got the MLS and I got GPS. I can figure it out. Well, where they wanted to move to was about an hour to an hour and a half north of where they were. It was up in North Ogden, if you know that area up there. So it was quite a ways from Highland is where I sold their home. And I learned a lot about that area, but I put a lot of miles on my car. So I showed them 45 homes before they ended up, yeah. But, I've had a lot that, one show and end up closing the deal, so it all averages out. Do you track your appointments on a monthly basis and keep a visual snapshot of your progress?
We're gonna start.
All right,
There's a lot of stuff.
here's an important one.
Some you can actually.
Do you have a daily, here's that P word that a lot of people don't like, prospecting plan? Do you have a daily prospecting plan? Remember I said, your job is to find people that want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. This is how you do it. You do your prospecting or your lead generation, whatever you want to call it, that's your some prefer lead attraction. But it's, you've got it, whatever, like I said, there's 30 or 40 different ways to generate business, but you should be doing your lead generation. Do you have a daily plan? I've known agents that their plan is they get on the phones from 9 o'clock in the morning till noon every single day. They're calling expireds or FSBOs or circle prospecting but they have a plan that 3 hours every single day, 5 days a week. That's their prospecting plan. So you have to have some sort of prospecting plan. Do you have a business plan and do you run a successful business?
He has something really cool, you can share with everyone.
That's cool.
You gotta get up at your points today.
Yep. So, you guys are in business, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should try running it like a business. What do you think so you guys, if you had a boss, and your boss was looking over your shoulder all day long, and what would your boss say about your work habits? Diane just rolled her eyes.
Fired.
Fired.
Mark knows.
Yeah, so you guys are running a business. You really are. You can't run a business without a business plan, can you? You have to have a business plan. A goal without a deadline
It's a nightmare.
is a dream.
Well, you could have ordered it.
It could be a nightmare too, you're right.
It sounds more
A
terrifying.
goal without a deadline is just a dream.
That's not scary enough, it's safe, but dream sounds true.
Shark
Nightmare.
Tank.
All right, so let's talk about goals. Has anybody heard about SMART goals? SMART goals, this is an acronym. So SMART goal stands for, S stands for specific. Your goal needs to be very specific. What was your goal earlier?
ABC, always be
Always
closed.
be closing.
Or connected.
Is that specific?
ABC, always be connected.
Always be,
Kind of thing.
you can't, it's his goal, you can't change his goal.
Trying to change my goals for it.
You gotta connect before you close. Now
Always.
that's specific.
You gotta close and
So
connect
his,
later.
SMART goal, specific, is it specific?
No, but if you connect
It's a
before you
little vague.
close, that's more specific.
Is, all right, also has to be measurable. A goal needs to be measured, that's not measurable at all. You can't. So let's, who else has a goal? Come on. Lucille,
What about staying organized?
okay,
And specific?
all right, it's specific, is it measurable?
I mean,
Make it measurable.
I feel like it can be,
How,
right?
how can it be?
If,
If you say one day a week, you're gonna make sure that you're organized, then it's measurable.
Or
Or just
somebody
like-
comes in to look at it, are you organized?
I mean, what if you have like, okay, never mind.
Maybe
Follow
follow
up.
up without decluttering and cleaning and organizing. That would make it.
I'm just
measurable.
thinking about like a CRM, right? Like if you have like goals on there, if you have like daily agendas on there,
All right.
it's something that you need to, never mind. It
No,
sounded
no,
better
no.
in my head, I
Let's-
think.
Like
Let's
organizing
work
your
with that one a
database,
little.
that's a good
You
one.
mentioned CRM,
I think that's great.
so how about, my goal is to pull up the CRM every single day and see what, I have to do based on the CRM. My goal is, every time I have a lead, I make sure that I input that in the CRM, within 24 hours, so yeah.
Or like you give yourself a task to do that following day, whether it's like a follow-up call, a follow-up email,
Contact.
check to see
Yep.
if they
Yeah,
open
that's- yeah.
emails.
Yep.
Are they like on your website, are they on Zillow looking at houses, and then it gives you an opportunity to follow up with them. I give myself like daily tasks.
Okay.
Well, my CRM tells me to, but
No,
I put it in there.
But you utilize the
Yeah.
CRM, so that's good. So specific, measurable, attainable. The goal needs to be attainable. It's gotta be a little scary sometimes, though. It's gotta be difficult, but it needs to be attainable. It needs to be realistic. And it needs to be timely. So that's what, every time that you think of a goal, you need to think to yourself, does it fit? Is it a SMART goal? Is it specific? Is it measurable? Is it attainable? Is it realistic? And is it timely? Every single goal all right, let's talk about my earlier goal that I set. I wanna do a half marathon in 2025 in under 2 hours. Is that specific?
Yeah,
Yes.
Is it measurable?
yeah.
Measurable in 2 ways, under 2 hours and within the 2025. Is it attainable?
Is it? Some other people have done it, right? So it's that,
Oh,
but
other
is
people.
it realistic for you?
All right, so in my younger days, I used to run those in an hour and a half.
Okay.
The last time I ran a half marathon in under 2 hours, I think it was like 3 years ago. So it's gonna take some effort. It really will.
Yeah.
Is it realistic? So specific and measurable, those are easy. The attainable and realistic, those are only I can judge that. Is it attainable? I think it is. Is it realistic? I think it is as well. Time will tell. And my foot. And is it timely? Timely means I'm gonna get it done by the end of 2025.
The deadline.
Hmm?
Does it make, like the slide before, the deadline?
Yep, the deadline, yep. So every goal that you guys set should be a SMART goal. specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Anybody else want to share a goal? Dave?
Well, my goal was to gain, like, be in the gym,
Okay,
right?
I like
So
it.
right now,
You should
every-
join Jake.
huh?
Jake is in the gym too.
I go 5-6 times a week, and I've been working out that I never worked in my life. So my goal is to gain 10 pounds of muscles.
Okay.
So I was 0 beginning of the year.
Mhm.
I could hardly walk.
I know.
I was pushing 50 pounds on leg press.
Mhm.
Now I'm at 160.
Wow.
So my goal is to be able to go 12 pounds of muscles by the end of the year,
By the end of
this year.
this year, okay.
I haven't measured it. I measured last June.
Uh-huh.
They scanned it. I was about 6 pounds.
Okay,
So my goal is to get to 12.
so his goal
So-
is to gain 12 pounds of muscle
Yep.
by the end of 2024. Is that specific?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it measurable?
Yes.
Is it attainable?
Yes.
Clearly he's doing it. Is it realistic?
Yes.
And is it timely?
It takes time.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Time and effort.
I even go when I
And
have
it takes dedication.
absolutely,
Takes
because
dedication.
like when I have headache or something, the minute I start working out within 10 minutes, endorphin kicks in,
Yeah. Awesome.
it's gone.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Really am.
So appreciate it. Thank you.
Jake?
One of my business goals when I started the year was to, no matter what I have.
When you started this year?
Yes, this year.
Okay.
No matter what I have in contract, I always wanted to have 5 warm, leads in my pipeline that were ready to either buy or sell at all times.
Okay.
And so if I'd get one of those in contract, I'd make sure to do whatever I could to get somebody else going. And since then, I've gotten that number up to about 8 or 9. So I've been keeping that goal. So as soon as I get somebody in contract, my goal is to quickly get somebody else, whether they're buying or selling, and I keep them there by, keeping in contact with them, weekly, daily, sending them, listings as our listers. I, send them columns all the time, let them know what's happening in their neighborhood. But I always try to keep that number at 5. And since then, like I said, I've kept it 8 or 9 for the last 9 months or so.
So the goal is always to have a minimum of 5 hot leads in the pipeline
That are going to be happening within the next couple of months.
within the next couple months. Is that specific?
Yeah.
I'd say so. Is it measurable?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he gets down to 4, he knows he's failing in that goal and he needs to work harder. Is it attainable? Clearly it is, because he's doing it. Is it realistic? Again, attainable and realistic are very similar. And is it timely? Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So, great goal. Who else has a goal they want to share?
I want to double transactions from previous year, in last year.
She wants to double her transaction count. Yeah.
Next year.
So in 2025, you want to do twice the amount of transactions that you will end up with in 2024.
Yes. It's my
What are you going to end up with in 2024?
I think 15 or 16.
15 or 16. So she wants to do 30 transactions in 2025. Is that specific?
Oh, yeah.
Very, very. Is it measurable?
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets to the end of 2025 and she only has 28. She knows she didn't get that goal. Is it attainable?
Yeah.
Is it attainable?
I cannot be lazy.
You can't be lazy. She can't be, so here's the thing. She came to me, a year or so ago, and we were talking about her habits. And her habit, one of her habits was sleeping in till 11 or 12 o'clock, right? And I just looked at her and I said, you know, any of the top producers are sleeping in till 11 or 12? She was in like 7 o'clock that next morning. And she's always in really early. So she knows what she needs to do. And I think you're going to get 30 or more next year. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Set, here, I love this. Set goals that scare you and excite you at the same time. Does that 30 excite you? Does it scare you a little bit too?
No. I want a 100, but
You
it's
want-
not.
Well, wait, if it's not scaring you and exciting you, maybe you do need to do more than 30.
That's a lot of work.
Who else? Your goals, do they scare you and excite you? No? Well, maybe you need to
Not
set
where I came
a
from.
little higher.
Not where I came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So set goals that both scare you and excite you.
It excites me though. Every morning I get up, I get excited.
Good, good.
Every morning.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna talk about, so in the past, I've gone over, take one and pass it down. Take one and pass it down. So in the past, I've done these really complicated business plans. And some of you would do them, some of you won't. I have something really simple and easy for you.
I look at it every day.
It's a single page business plan. Can't get, I have another one that I use with Tom Berry. It's like 25 pages long or something. But this is so quick and simple and easy. So we're going to watch a little video about
Hi, we're here to take a look at a simple, single-page business plan for a real estate agent. And so we're going to actually walk through the contents of how a realtor can put together a one-page plan very simply and easily in a way that they could use it on a regular basis, whether they put it up above their desk, on the top of their binder, or pull it out at their weekly real estate team meetings to review. So that they chart a course for growth over the cover of next year. And we call this plan a 1-3-5 plan, often called a GPS. And basically it's broken down for goals, priorities, and strategies. We have one big goal, 3 priorities designed to reach the one big goal, and then 5 strategies designed to achieve each priority designed for that one big goal. So a 1-3-5 or a GPS. And what this is basically supposed to encompass is all of the growth that you want to see different in your real estate business over the course of the upcoming year. So basically, this should be everything you want to change in your business, so that you are focused on growth and change rather than just managing your current business the way it is. And it actually forces productivity, learning, growth and development into your business moving forward. So, as you can see for this particular example, for this agent, they have a goal to close 45 transactions. That's their one big goal. So when you put together one big goal, you want that to be something very measurable, okay? For a realtor, that might be units or homes closed. It could also be total sales volume. It could also be gross commission income or GCI. All of it could even be net income. All of those types of things are very measurable. They're very specific, and they should also stretch. In other words, it should be rather difficult to reach a big goal, so that even if you fall short of that goal, you'll still be pretty satisfied with the outcome, and you will have done more next year than your current year. So then you want to kind of divide up 3 general priorities designed that if all accomplished, they will actually help you get and reach that big goal as well. For an agent, you're often going to see categories like lead generation, different ways they're going to proactively generate new business. Can get a little bit more specific like that. You might see a priority that involves getting their database set up, enhancing their client database contact system, whether that's a 33-touch or referral-based business. You'll see a lot in that area. It could be very personal development type priorities like personal growth, personal learning, training. It could even be working on leveraging with people for the first time, like hiring an administrative assistant, growing a real estate team, bringing on a buyer's agent or buyer's specialist. All of those types of growth things that people mean to do but never seem to get around to. We want to try to break those down into at least 3 categories that we call priorities for next year. Then we come down And for each of those 3 priorities, you're gonna see 5 strategies lined out for each. For example, in this agent's big goal, she had 45 transactions, and her 3rd priority was to organize her sphere of influence in her contact relationship manager. And so she basically took that 3rd goal over here, which summarizes the goal was to organize her sphere of influence, or center of influence. And she had 5 ways that she was going to do that. She was going to contact all her friends, family, and friends to update their contact information. She's going to contact 50 people per week on a regular basis. She's going to enter all those contacts in the database management system, and she's going to add at least 10 new people that she meets per week to constantly grow that database over time. She's going to attend a lot of trainings, whether online, in her local office, so she can learn more about the features of her contact relationship management system. And then she's going to systematize her campaigns and touches and calendar those, so that systematically staying in contact with a variety of different types of touches, whether that be mailers, emails, phone calls, letters, greeting cards over the course of a year. Going to get that all systematized and automated. So all of the growth and all of those things that you know you want to get done the following year needs to be contained on this one sheet of paper, broken down into 1, 3, 5 goal priority strategies.
Pretty easy, huh?
Yeah,
Who can do that?
I can. I like, because this is something you can keep every day.
Yeah, and keep in front of you, put it on your bathroom mirror, or right on your desk, or whatever. Always be looking at it, so you can see where you are. And you know what? It's okay to adjust your business plan. You can adjust it either way. You know, I was working with a coaching client years ago, and his goal was 36 transactions over the course of the year. It got to be about September, and he was already at 32 with several under contract already. And so we adjusted his. We adjusted it up to, I think it was 42 or 43, something like that. Something that you know was a little more of a stretch for him. So it's okay to adjust it. Like he said, you know, make it a stretch, make it high. So even if you do come a little short, you're doing really good. So, if you guys want help with your business plan, I'm more than happy to help you out. If you want me to review, if you guys want to put together a business plan, whether it's this one or we have a good one in the one zone, there's a business plan in there. I'm more than happy to sit down with you, do some business planning with you, and or just review the business plan that you put together. So if you want, just reach out to Stephanie, and she'll put you on my calendar. With that being said, any questions?
Make a vision board pizza party.
Yeah, you know, maybe we do need to do a vision board pizza party. Because the vision board isn't important enough to get you here. We need pizza.
Make the pizza.
You know, I won't be there. Maybe next year I'll do the pizza again. All right, with that being said, no matter how you slice it, greatness is a choice. Let's go out, be great agents, put together a great business plan.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all.